Muck's Moichenstil, an existential crisis demonstrated through Muck's and his victims. The failures of modern society. Muck's und die Bürgerwehr, delivering justice whether it needs to be delivered or not. Muck's is disgusted with the moral failures of modern-day Germany, and he takes it upon himself to right the wrongs of those around, all the while ignoring his own. The entire film revolves around the protagonist's disappointment in society and his quest to change the behavior of everyone around him by making a public mockery of his acts can border on the comical, Ich hab ins Becken gepinkelt, the uncomfortable, watching the woman undressing in the changing room, to the grotesque, sodomizing a man who raped a child. Muck's Moichenstil demonstrates a push towards change throughout much of the film. Muck's is very successful, hires a marketing team, and begins to expand into Berlin. Many of the citizens are appreciative of his efforts. The scene with the elderly lady at the cafe comes to mind. But in the end, Muck's begins to unravel, and all of his successes are reduced to nothing. He murders Kira, but is too cowardly to kill himself, and then flees to Italy. All of his lofty ambitions appear worthless because he can't even control himself. He dies a lone vigilante in Italy, ignoring the plank in his eye for the splinter in the eyes of those around him. And this alienation effect can best be viewed from this clip. And I'd like to apologize for the way that was done. I couldn't get the video to embed properly in the PowerPoint, but nonetheless, there it was. And well, this scene demonstrates the breaking down of Muck's vigilante justice. He attempts to teach a graffiti artist a lesson, but goes overboard with the punishment and ends up getting the guy killed. And he can't even take responsibility for his own actions, but blames the death on the train conductor because he was driving too fast. And Muck's is disgusted by the world around him and wants to change his peers, but refuses to change himself. This is made most clear, like I said earlier, with the scene from the image on the right. He murders Kira and puts the gun to his head, but can't pull the trigger. He wants so hard to change the world around him, but can't do anything to change himself. I believe this idea is found in today's upcoming generations. They recognize that the world around them is getting worse, and they want to change, but they don't want to change themselves. Be the change you want to see in the world, it is said. But it's easier to change others and to complain than it is to change yourself. Change does not come from one individual. It comes from everyone working towards a common goal. Muck's and his tactics may have worked in the short term, but they weren't sustainable. He was unwilling to bend the rules and unwilling to examine himself. This is a good lesson for the upcoming generations. Change comes from within, not from without. You can hold a gun to a person's head all day long, and their actions may change in the moment, but a lifelong change comes from the desire to make changes in oneself. Muck's did not realize this, and in the end he died because of it.